Where's Al? You guys and your sparkly, jingly coffee. You can have quiet coffee like this.
Mine's quiet coffee.
This was from Girls' Day. Mom bought all the girls these Starbucks cups.
And you got one?
No, I stole it. I love yellow.
Who the f is Allie?
Yeah.
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 Have we ever thought about doing these in the afternoon or something?
That would be cool. You can probably tell I'm very hungover right now.
What'd you do last night?
I went day drinking with Dad. We drank from 1 p.m. to 2 a.m. Can't keep up.
Jesus.
I know. It's tough.
I'm going to quit drinking.
Good.
Well.
Well.
I can't believe you guys made me watch this movie again. I just watched it recently. I probably could have reviewed it without watching it again, but
Yeah, me too.
Oh, wait. I gotta go get my notes. I'll be right back.
Yeah, this was my first time.
I will be honest, I fell asleep this time.
Me too.
Like, I thought I was aware of what the movie was like going into it. Like, I knew that Shyamalan's daughter was in it, and I knew
Wait, who's
Josh
the daughter?
Hartnett was the singer.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Did not know
We can
that.
get
Why do you
into
think she
that.
got so much screen time?
All the
It
screen
wasn't her
time.
acting.
Yeah, but going into it, I had no real idea what I was in for.
Good.
Hi, Als.
That's awesome.
Shout out to Brittany for my total dog shit emblem.
Yeah, we were talking about.
Jingle,
If,
jingle, baby.
Man, I look like shit.
I know my hair is doing crazy stuff this time.
Look at my eyes. They're so puffy.
I can't
Don't-
see them. You're a pixelated as all get out.
Don't day drink with Dad.
Couldn't keep up, could you?
No. He's passed out on the couch.
Nice.
But I'm still here.
You
Man,
did
I
it.
can't believe
I
you made
didn't
it.
sleep in.
I was shocked when you texted us at 7:30.
Yeah, very, very hungover. But
Hell yeah.
How is it that camping, going out and refreshing in the wilderness, makes you late for shit, but drinking till 2 in
Day
the
drinking
morning,
with Dad all
you're
day.
bright-eyed, bushy-tailed,
No.
ready to go?
you can't drink all day if you didn't start yesterday. That's what I always say.
I'm very sleepy.
How many miles have you ridden your
Right.
bike?
Rode 50 miles yesterday, so I'm a little sore today.
50 miles is a lot.
By the end of it, my gooch was like hamburger meat,
Ew.
just getting drilled the
God.
whole bike ride.
Stop.
You ready for Ragbri?
No,
What if I break my knee before Ragbri?
I would advise against that, probably. Like if there's a different option.
Yeah, my stink hole hurts.
we were preparing for Ragbri, and Chad was like, maybe I'll do a day or two.
Yeah, I want to do the
Never
whole
heard
thing.
from him again. Goes,
No, he said he wanted to do the whole thing.
Did he?
Well, yeah, I took my bike on
He
a
bought a
little
week-long
spin.
pass.
I went up one hill and I'm like, there ain't no fucking way I'm riding a bike all day long. It's crazy.
Yeah, maybe you guys stop complaining about how much your gooch hurts. He'd be more inclined to join, but you don't make it sound very fun.
It's not fun.
No, it's torture. It's a terrible time for 7 days.
No, it's a
Being Paris.
lot of fun.
I think Brian and I are going to go up to Amsterdam for a couple days too.
yeah.
We go to
This year-
Amsterdam instead of fucking Ragbri.
We were trying to get
Sounds
Chad to maybe
great.
do a day at Ragbri this year, and he goes, oh, sorry, I can't. I'm going to go to Paris and Amsterdam.
That sounds way better.
You scared baby.
I'm not even making excuses. I just don't want to do it.
I rewatched the Beaver Lake Productions documentary last night to take notes and stuff. Pretty much ready to go. Well, I'm
Well, you
going to
should-
release it in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, I think we should do some sort of a release party.
We need to have some, we need to do some release promo stuff
Yeah.
Hey, listeners, Beaver Lake Productions documentary coming out.
coming out soon.
No, we can't.
76 followers.
Well, you want us to cross over dog shit, but you won't post about total dog shit on any of your other channels?
Yeah.
You,
Well, I did.
Me? I didn't do anything.
you have 15,000 followers on Beaver Lake Productions, and you won't post about this.
I don't even
When we put it out, we should do an episode on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that'd be fun.
review it.
Is our documentary total dog shit? A little bit.
I don't think so.
All right.
A lot of work
goes into those. I'll tell you what, a lot of work did not go into the plot for
This movie.
yeah.
Wow.
Oh, it's my favorite movie plot of all time. I'm so excited.
Whose movie is this?
Allie
Allie,
pick.
she's wanted to do it for a long time. I don't know why, but go ahead.
Okay, welcome back to. Wait, hold on. What's up, turds? Welcome back to the podcast. This is Total Dog Shit, and we're here to discuss whether or not the movie Trap was. No, shit. I always mess it up. Let me try again. What's up, turds? Welcome back to the podcast. We're here to decide if the movie Trap was good or total dog shit.
If you've seen it, you know.
Yeah, we're really
There's
not here
no
to
debate.
decide. There's no debate. We're just here to talk about how it is total dog shit.
Yeah, this is
Spoiler alert.
pretty cut and dry.
Are we doing spoiler alerts? The pig died.
Are we giving spoilers? Pig dies in the movie.
Real quick. On this movie, he's at the merch stand, and there's some old woman standing there, and then she disappears. Who the fuck was that?
It's his mummy.
What the? That was a major part of the movie.
Yeah, let's go. Justin, not real quick. You don't go real
He said he fell
real quick.
asleep, he said.
I fell
You
asleep.
can't say real quick and then jump into the middle of the pile.
Yeah, real quick. That little girl was his daughter?
So they're going to this big concert.
Yeah.
That it's a pop singer that his daughter loves,
Which is M Night Shyamalan's daughter. So
who gets a whole lot of stage
We'll
and screen time.
start with the whole purpose
Well,
of the movie.
That's kind of cute, though. That makes me like it a little bit more, honestly.
Cute or extreme nepotism?
Nepotism.
A
Fuck
little
it.
bit of both.
Nepotism's great.
Is it?
Yeah.
I mean,
If I was rich and famous, I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm going to skyrocket my kids up into celebrity fame.
I'm going to make a whole goddamn movie. I'm going to hire Josh Hartnett and build a whole thing.
Just
Just-
to say my daughter's a singer?
Yeah. I mean, I would help her out, but it feels like I think I would be embarrassed to have done that.
I
Yeah.
I
M. Night
have a
Shyamalan's
note.
not embarrassed
I
by
ha-
anything. He did
I have
Avatar.
a note later where I just wrote like I'm embarrassed for everybody. Like everybody involved, I have embarrassment for.
I don't think I hated it as much as you guys.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Chad told us going into it that
Oh, look, Harry's tired.
he didn't hate it that
Stop
much.
wiping your eyes.
No, he told us going into it that Josh Hartnett was good in it, which I will
I'll stand by that.
Yeah,
passionately
define
contest.
good.
I think he knew what movie he was in, and he knew the assignment, and he played it up in a fun way.
No, I think he thought he was Heath Ledgering and that he was going to get awards.
I don't think so.
No, I think Josh Hartnett, I agree with Chad. I think he knew what it was and he was having fun with it.
Mm-hmm.
But I also think that it was bad. Like, I liked watching Josh Hartnett in it, and I was happy to see he was having fun. But as an audience member, I'm like, I am not. Josh
Did you guys
Hartnett had a
call him
lot
to
more
ask
fun with
him?
this
Like,
movie
you
than
were having
I did.
fun, right?
He probably had fun.
Yeah, everyone involved with the movie had a great time.
Somehow, I held it together. We got home at like 1 a.m. And
You didn't hold it together.
Yeah,
you
you fell
passed out.
asleep. You didn't.
No,
hold it
I
together at all.
got. I watched pretty much all of it. I got to the part when he goes in the little cubby hole in the ground, like he
You missed like
escapes.
the worst plot parts.
I've seen the movie. I've already seen it.
All right. Well, let's start at the beginning. First of all, how many times do they have to show us that there's police presence at the concert? At least 70.
Well, I mean, first of all, the whole premise doesn't really make any sense.
No, they would never put that many people in danger.
You're going to have this whole concert just to catch this guy, and then you're going to stop every guy that leaves there? That would take hours.
And the motherfucker that they first catch and he sees them taking him out is dressed just like him. It's like somebody dressed up as Josh Hartnett for Halloween.
It's going to be really hard for me not to get ahead of myself because there's so many bad plot points. There's so many
they're
issues.
using the concert as a trap. The name.
Oh, trap! He said
And
it.
why? It pisses me off. Like, whatever. If you're gonna do that, then it's weird that you're gonna focus on this event that has more people than would normally be in a situation where the killer is. Like, you're gonna set up this trap in one of the most like populated parts of the city, which is this event center. And then you're already scanning people as they come in to the center. Like they're
Well, they
going
don't wanna
through the
scare
metal
'em away.
detectors. What? He's right there. And there's cops everywhere.
There's multiple gerbils in his pants.
Is everything okay?
Covered.
Okay.
We're just advising that our suspect has multiple gerbils in his hands.
Scare him away. They can get him. Like unless he could
And
is super fast.
They also go, we found out, or we heard that the killer's going to be at this concert. And it's like, but bitch, you set up the concert to be a trap, right? Like, was this concert actually planned at 12 p.m. or
This
whatever?
was kind of
this
like
is one of the biggest plot issues of the whole thing.
no, it's kind of more like who came first, the chicken or his mate?
Yeah. So first they're in the concert, and he's a smiling regular dad. Then all of a sudden he's like, "I'll be right back. I gotta go to the bathroom." Gets in the stall, checks his phone, sees that he's still got a guy trapped in a house somewhere, smirks at himself in the mirror, and then goes back out.
Yeah, Brady didn't know going into this anything about the movie and didn't know that Josh Hartnett was the bad guy. And she goes, what was going on? They'll tell me. And then like a couple minutes later, it's like, oh yeah. That's an interesting take, at least, like that you're like the protagonist or like the person you're following is a serial killer and like it's focused on them. And
Oh, here we go.
by doing
Jasmine
so-
said something about how
Well,
beautiful this film was.
I liked that it wasn't the twist that he's actually the killer. You know, I
Yeah,
like
they
that
tell
it
you
just
at the
said
front.
right away. He is the dude.
Well, because they had too many other twists to fully explain to you via monologue later. So
I love going to see Billie Eilish at 12 p.m. in a super center.
it's my favorite. I really loved that the SWAT cars all pulled up to the front of the venue, and the SWAT dudes were hanging off the sides of it like it was a garbage truck. And then the profiler lady, like, you have all this security set up, and you're just gonna roll 5 SWAT cars deep up to the front entrance of the venue.
Well, I think
Hamilton, Alley.
Here
Hamilton.
comes
I
Chad.
think you're nitpicking on a movie that has. Wait.
Oh, I'm gonna nitpick. That's why I chose this movie. I'm gonna nitpick everything.
I think you're nitpicking on a movie that has way bigger issues than a SWAT team the team hanging off of a garbage truck.
I will be pointing out all of the issues.
But also, do you know who that lady was?
Why don't you just tell me?
No.
Miss Bliss,
Okay.
Who's Miss Bliss?
Saved by the Bell,
Yeah, you're old, Jed.
the teacher.
Jen's super old. We watched
Guys,
one
that was
Never
Miss
watched
Bliss.
Saved by the
Jen.
Bell even on reruns.
I watched Saved by the Bell. I just don't remember
We were at Scott
every side
Mary's.
character that was ever in it.
We were at Scott Mary's yesterday, and Dad told this long story about Brian Wilson, which I thought
Oh
was
my
super
God.
cool.
He's told it like 700 times.
Yeah, he told
by
this
now.
whole story about Brian Wilson. The rest of the night, Scott's going, Brian Wilson.
But I like Brian.
I know,
Wilson.
but they just had no interest in Dad's story about Brian Wilson. Wrong audience, and that's okay. But it was just funny that Dad had this long story, and Scott's like, "Who gives a fuck about Brian Wilson?"
Damn.
I'm like, Scott, it's like
Cold-blooded.
it's a big deal that Brian Wilson died.
I haven't been following the news, and I did not know he died.
I'm not gonna get political, but all the Trump and protest shit is over. It's like overlapping Brian Wilson dying. It's like, that's fucking crazy. I thought that would be a big deal, like Bowie or somebody. Nope.
Speaking of big deal, one of the biggest plot issues in the whole movie comes up next, where the dad and the daughter go to the merch table.
We're all out of
Why-
smalls. And they just got they got a box of them sitting up on a shelf somewhere.
he
Okay,
goes-
okay, but
he goes-
first, it's this big security issue. It's this huge deal. Everybody knows about it. They have code words. They're not supposed to talk about it. People's lives are in danger. And then just because the dad says, let that little brat have it. She wants it more than you do. The merch guy's like, listen, you're a good guy. I'm going to tell you everything.
So you're a good family. I trust you. I can tell.
And he like fits the profile of the killer perfectly.
And
Why-
he leans in and tells him the whole plot of the movie. You ever heard of the butcher? we're gonna catch him.
Well, this movie,
Would the
every-
merch guy even know that?
this movie, it seems like all the side characters just have all the information and have no problem just doling it out very directly
Very
every time
clear.
they run into him.
The trap is such a terrible idea, not only because it's at this concert venue, which has thousands of people at it, but they're like, we're going to trust every employee at this concert venue to work as like
Every
COVID,
concession stand worker. Like, come on.
Is nobody else irritated that the concert was midday?
Well, they explain that. You may have fallen asleep, but they explain that they added another show to make it seem like, oh, you know, her other one sold out, so we're going to add another show or whatever.
Did they?
Pretty sure.
Because they didn't
I don't
throw
remember
the
that.
concert specifically to trap him. They found out because he had a concert
was
ticket
gonna go.
receipt that he was going to the concert. And
Wait,
so
how-
they're like,
They found out about the
We
receipt.
found this
but
receipt.
They don't know who he is.
it's at one of his storehouses.
Mm-hmm.
And so they
It's-
found the
Wouldn't have
receipt.
your name
and, like,
on it.
And there's no
but
chance
they
that he
If they
had
have
skipped
his
the concert.
name, if they have his name, then they know who he is. And they don't have to throw a fucking Billie Eilish
don't have his
concert
name.
to catch him.
But
No, they
if,
just
if
have
they
the
had the
receipt.
receipt of the tickets, couldn't they coordinate that with like a seat number?
It could have been a receipt from one of the victims. Like, there was very little to go on to send all of
All right,
the
we're-
police force in the entire
We're jumping
city
too far
to-
ahead with the receipt thing, though. We're jumping too far ahead because
I want to jump all the way ahead because
I know, but we can't because why? Because we have to talk about this next plot issue first, which is he happens to find a wobbly lady standing by the stairs and just
Oh, that shit's
shoves
so
her ass down
funny.
the steps
He pushes her down the stairs. Like, what?
in the
Yeah, I like
middle
it.
of a crowd, just shoves her down the stairs, and then that plan didn't work, so he shoved her for no reason, and then they just mosey back into the concert.
Yeah, like, first of all, it's one of those scenes where, like, it's kind of like how in movies when someone, like, gets knocked out it's just like they get punched and they get knocked out and they're no longer a problem. This woman just gets, like, boop down the stairs and perfectly just, like, flattens out at the bottom, and no one, like, looks up to where it happened from. They're just like, oh, she must have been drunk and fell over.
There's so much plot convenience in this movie.
I kind of somewhat like the silliness of the whole first third of it.
I bet you do.
I do. I mean, because it is ridiculous. The characters are
Chad,
saying
it's,
things they shouldn't. The way they talk is odd.
it's M. Night
But there is-
Shyamalan. This is not intentional.
It's not supposed to be
Yeah,
funny. It's not
that's-
supposed
You're not
to
in
be,
on the joke.
Yeah.
That's what I'm not convinced of. I don't know.
I
think they
think
might
all right,
be.
I don't think that this is like a well crafted like prank on the audience with how the writing is. Like, I think it's just poorly written, poorly shot. I like as
is
I
it
was
not-
watching it,
The
like,
audience is the ones
it
who's
was-
trapped.
It's fun because it's so bad.
it was
You're
entertained.
giving it way too much credit.
But there's so
Okay,
many times
so-
like I'm watching it. Brittany and I were both watching it, just like mouth agape, just like, what? This is so weird. This is so like the dialogue is weird. Like, it doesn't feel like people are interacting with each other. So it's also filmed weird. I'm sure like all of you don't know this reference, but maybe the audience will. But there's a game studio called Bethesda. They do Fallout and the Elder Scrolls series. And they have a very particular like style with how they do dialogue. And when a character talks to you, the camera like zooms in directly on their face, and it's like they talk directly to the camera, and it's very stiff. Every time someone talked to each other, all I could think was like, this looks like a video game, and the dialogue options are just terrible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he does this thing where he like frames them up very center, and they're like looking directly, like at the camera.
The
and
merch guy.
It's weird.
You ever hear of the butcher?
And the girl, the lady who has the daughters.
Yeah,
And their daughters are fighting or whatever.
Oh my god,
But-
that cartoon character.
I will say, okay, so there's like a quality of, and I don't mean quality as in like good quality. I mean,
I
there's
think you do.
there's a vibe or a tone or an aspect of Shyamalan's work that is very, well, it's very him in this sort of, there's like this elevated sort of magical kind of mystical thing he's going for. And it kind of reminds me of what Spielberg does. Spielberg has this vibe or this tone that you can't really explain, but it's there. And I think Shyamalan tries to do the same thing, whether it's with how he films it or paces the shots, but also with the music and I don't know. There's something there that's he's trying to do every time. He's trying to insert this feeling, and it doesn't always work.
Clearly.
But I find it interesting.
Okay, then maybe you'll find
It was
it interesting
for
how
sure.
the dad goes back to the merch table again, and the guy's like, "Oh yeah, I gotta get you a small. I'll just take you with me into the storage area, even though this is a high security event. We're trying to catch a killer, but you seem like a good guy. I'm gonna take you to the storage unit."
The t-shirts just being in a box up on a shelf like it's been there for months. Like, motherfucker, those shirts are going to be in a box on the floor next to him.
Josh Hartnett helps him and he goes, "Bro, you're strong."
You're strong. The fucking dialogue is so weird. Like, they show up in the basement and he's just like, "Oh, it's tall, it's higher up there than I thought it would be."
And he grabs it. He's like, "Oh, you're strong."
The whole plot is just like a ploy to get us to watch his daughter's concert. Because he would leave the concert, do a weird thing with the shirt guy, and then go into the concert, and then it will show like 30 seconds to a minute of a song that his daughter wrote, which apparently his daughter actually wrote the songs, and like they're her songs.
Which I will. What I'll say about those is
they're not
while they're not good, and I wouldn't listen to them. They're no worse than any of the
they're on
shit
par
you hear on pop radio. They sound like that's what people listen to.
I was thinking that watching it, like, I wonder if this girl has a following outside this movie, because this is, I don't want to say good, but it is what's popular, and so
like I couldn't discern it from something that would be on the radio now.
Yeah,
it is of its genre for sure.
Songs on the radio are okay.
Who else is big right now? There's Billie Eilish and Sabrina Carpenter.
Billie Eilish is better than her.
I love Billie Eilish.
I just felt like I kept getting tricked. Like I'm watching, I want to know what's happening with Josh Hartnett and the plot, and then I'm tricked into watching.
You're trapped.
I'm tricked into watching some of this concert, and it just feels like I'm watching like a concert movie from this musician that I don't know, and I'm just like,
called Trap.
It's a trap.
It's got multiple meanings.
It's a trap.
So that's why.
And I thought the trap was going to be like way more elaborate. Like it was going to be a lot more of like Josh Hartnett like bobbing and weaving and going through this big elaborate plan from the people trying to catch him. But it was just him like leaving the concert, looking at the security, and almost making a plan, and then going back to the concert.
I like when he goes in. He's like, "Just gotta check the coffee."
So that's the next part, which is he conveniently got a card from the merch guy's back pocket, and then he just enters one employee door and stumbles upon the SWAT team meeting immediately. And he's like,
and sticks around and walks through them.
"You need sugar? I know exactly where it is already. Here you go.
Here's my personal stash." What?
You guys want these donuts?
That's your personal stash in a fucking cabinet?
Maybe it's like to show that he's like so like confident and like he doesn't like shake under pressure in these situations. But then he like pulls donuts out and goes, "Do you guys want donuts?" The cop's like, "No, we're good." And he puts it down. I'm like, what is the point of that? What is the point of the donuts?
If they're trying to show that he's calm under pressure, but then he's like also weirdly freaking out in other parts. And then speaking of dialogue, when he's in the police meeting, the police officer, the guy who's in charge, goes, "I will personally take this team member who takes this freak down out to dinner.
That's incentive.
I'm going to take you to the Golden Corral if you capture this serial killer at this elaborate trap of a concert."
One of the top comments on a YouTube video, I don't remember which one it was, but it was about Trap. It said, "This movie is the movie that broke the camel's back. I will never pay to go see an M Night Shyamalan movie again."
This was the movie?
Yeah. He's really...
This one reeled me back in.
What? No!
If
wrong with
this
Chad?
reels you back in, it has to just
Something
be
is
because
wrong with Chad.
it's funny. Like, it's funny on accident.
I'm convinced someone else directed The Sixth Sense.
Yeah.
I'm feeling much better now.
That was like a weird experiment movie that he did.
It's a good movie. If you go back and watch, like all the signs are there. No pun intended.
Science.
What, this movie?
I'm gonna go back and watch The Sixth Sense because I feel like those were the last days of good plot twists at the end, where it didn't just explain everything to you.
What else has he done?
Well, he did Avatar.
Signs.
He did Old and the elevator one.
Did
The Devil or whatever.
The Lady in the Water. He did The Visitation or The Visitor or something like that.
Did he do The Village?
Yeah, he did The Village. He did Unbreakable. He did Mr. Glass. He did Split.
Split, yeah. The movie with the girls that
Yeah.
are kidnapped, and then it turns out it was a sequel to Glass or whatever.
To Unbreakable.
Yeah, what the hell? That movie started out good, and then he turned into like a Wolverine at the end, and he's like running across the field.
I kind of like that movie.
Well, you
I bet you did.
Bruce Willis
yeah,
was the guy.
I'm really
in the
judging
toupee
you
the whole
right
time.
now based on the movies that you like. And now more than ever, I don't trust you because if you liked this,
Trap was a very good. It's a
it
very
was
good play.
interesting.
It wasn't
society as a
good.
whole.
The artistic direction M. Night Shyamalan took it.
M. Night
was really
Shyamalan has
interesting.
this
I
special.
find it
He has
magic
this
to him.
like thing. He has this like era about him that he does.
And
try to make you
he
feel
knows
this
what
He
he's
thing.
creates
doing.
this vibe of like unrealistic expectations of how people
He
interact
does
with each other that
create-
makes you
He
feel
creates an
uncomfortable
experience.
because it's hard to watch.
No, he creates an atmosphere in his movies. I'm not saying it's good.
Yes, you are.
I'm just saying it's there.
He
and it's
intentionally makes
interesting
you
to
uncomfortable,
see.
so you feel like you're the one who's trapped.
Are you saying it's good the way the cop said in the meeting, we need to take this guy down like with as little people noticing as possible. We got to be subtle, not make a scene. And then almost the very next scene, they're in a crowd full of people and one of the cop yells, "Get him!" And they all tackle a guy in front of everybody.
When he's up on the roof and he has the whole like Hamilton and he talks to those people and he goes, by the way, who was the lady giving the presentation?
Everyone was so willing to give up all of his information.
God.
Everyone was the worst at their job.
And he's just got that thing in his wallet.
Right. So he gets the cop radio and now he's being fed exact, very clear from the beginning, exact information of what they're looking for. And they describe his tattoo. So luckily, the people right in front of him happen to have a slap bracelet that he steals and covers his tattoo with. And they're just giving all of the exact information that he could possibly want or need. Like he's about to reach for the fire alarm, and then the profiler is like, he's probably going to pull a fire alarm. And he's like, oh, I just can't do that.
Thank God that walkie-talkie had an earpiece.
I know, right? Which it didn't look like it did when he snagged it.
No, he just grabbed it and then suddenly he's got an earpiece in. I'm like, okay.
It's awesome.
M. Night Shyamalan basically just shit in my mouth and says, you'll take it.
Got the earpiece from the merch guy.
Yeah,
Then M. Night shows up.
he steals
Yeah.
the walkie-talkie and the merch guy goes, hey, buddy, you're going to need an earpiece if you're going to listen to all these detailed plans.
Okay, and then how did he get the bottle into the fryer? Great question. That'll never be answered.
Thank God that girl looked at it before it blew up.
It was perfect. And thank God he thought to tell the guys on the roof about it so that they could walkie-talkie and be like, did somebody just get glass in their eye? Oh, yep, that checks out.
Everything's so perfect in this film.
Yeah, M. Night Shyamalan shows up and he's like, I'm her uncle.
Yep.
And I pick out the little girls for her to take on stage. or whatever."
Perfect.
And he's
I
like,
bet he does.
yeah.
M. Night Shyamalan's a creep.
That's why Chad liked the movie.
Oh,
God, yeah. M. Night
Did the baby-
Shyamalan loves to put
there's
himself in
babies
movies.
in this.
Poor Things is good.
Is it?
Yes.
Yeah, so
scared
he's
to
like, he
rewatch
ends up
it.
being right by the uncle. Everybody, including the merch guy, are in on capturing this bad guy, but they're just going to take a guy who fits the profile exactly backstage and be like, oh, his daughter has cancer. There's no way he could be the bad guy.
Yeah,
And then he just asks them, he goes, "Oh, when this is over, can we just go out the back door?" And they're like, of course.
Yeah.
And then you're stuck watching another song.
Yeah.
Like every scene just leads to another song. It's like it's intermissions between this concert movie that we're watching. It's like, oh yeah, Josh Hartnett's doing something.
They were trying so hard to set up moments of him doing basic level human decency things to be like, oh, he's such a good guy. He couldn't possibly be the killer. Like, why is he digging through the first aid stuff backstage to help that girl? It makes no sense. And then the actual nurse who's back there is
weird.
like, thank you so much. Can we keep him? He's so good with kids. No, he's not. He's digging around in your first aid stuff in the middle of like one of the most heightened security situations that you've ever had at a concert.
I liked the Kid Cudi character. He was kind of funny.
The one with the long
Yeah.
straightened hair. He said, the lady goes, oh, here's your kombucha. And he goes, I wanted honeysuckle sour kombucha, bitch.
Yeah.
Why? That character served no purpose whatsoever.
When Josh Hartnett looked down the floor and he goes, hey, that's pretty cool, huh? What do you think's down there?
We should go in that. The daughter's like, what the hell?
Dad, are you on drugs?
So weird. So it's I can't
Sucked ass.
describe this any way. Like it's just weird. Like it does not feel.
It just makes
It
me
feels like a
laugh.
fever dream.
It's so bad.
Oh, and then the pop star, she just goes into the security HQ and she's like in on talking to the profiler. Like, they're not gonna have the pop star go into the security room and be like, did you catch him yet? That is just, you're not gonna let her come in for privileged information and be a part of the security detail brief. It is just not gonna happen.
All of this, and we still haven't even got to the part when she's at their house.
Oh my god.
So
They
stupid.
hired so many like unprofessional people into this sting operation. Like they
Right.
trusted everyone to be a part of it and work perfectly with the SWAT team.
If in some magical world this plot ever actually happened in real life, they would not let the employees in on it. None of the merch people would know anything about it. None of the
They'd replace
concessions
the
would know
merch
anything
people
about
with
it.
trained
Or maybe they wouldn't even
professionals.
replace them. They would just have this sting operation happening behind the scenes secretly.
Nor would they let her go into a closed room alone with a man who fits the profile so that he can trap her in some random ass room and be like, you're looking for me.
Yeah,
Got me.
it's a weird
Bingo.
it's a weird way to get out of it. He's like, oh, I'm with her. Like how she just like can void all security measures because he's with her.
Well, because that person told him the only people that don't have to go through the security are her and her close group of friends.
Glad we covered our bases there. Not to mention,
every
she wouldn't
idea-
have a limo. She came on a tour bus, and he's like, take me in your limo. Why would he assume to know that she has a limo? Why would she have a limo? She came in on a tour bus. And if she's touring and doing multiple shows, she wouldn't just skip daddle off into the sunset with a fan after a show.
By herself.
She would get on a tour bus. It just bothers me so much.
Well, once we leave the concert, it's a totally different show.
It's
I'm like,
Yeah,
the fun's over now.
the plot.
the trap
thinnens.
didn't work.
No,
He
fun's
got out.
over. They're in the.
Any love that Chad had for M Night Shyamalan and the fact that maybe he was being goofy, silly, funny guy. Nope.
I enjoyed the first third because it was bizarre and silly.
It wasn't
And,
supposed to
like,
be.
Yeah, it was unintentionally.
Who knows?
You've got a wrong assessment on this one.
You're giving
It was,
M Night
it was-
Shyamalan is
even
going to
if-
watch
okay.
this podcast and be like, "Yeah, I did do
gets
it on
it, someone.
purpose."
No, even if it's unintentional,
I'm gonna cast
even
him
if
in my
it's
next film.
unintentional, even if it was unintentional, I still was having fun with the whole him goofing around with the trap going on.
Speaking of M. Night Shyamalan, I think it's funny that most directors, when they put themselves in movies, it's a really small, subtle part. Like they're either in the background or like Quentin Tarantino is on the fucking elevator. He's just like little parts. And then this movie, M Night Shyamalan gets the whole fucking cake and he eats it right in front of us.
Well, then he hands it off to his daughter, and he's like, "You want the rest of this cake?" And she's like, "Yeah, I'll have some of that cake."
Yeah, I've never had cake before,
And she's like,
but I'll
"I've
try
never."
it.
Yeah. I'm probably not good at eating cake, but
Yeah, I'm lactose intolerant, but I'll go for it.
Still, knowing that makes it all sweeter to me.
So they're in the limo, and she's just like,
"Take me to your house."
like, what the hell was her plan?
She had one. She knew because she was in on all these security meetings. So now she works for
Harry
the
is
FBI.
visibly frustrated. He goes, ah.
But like,
This is exactly what I was
she
hoping
gets-
for. This is why I picked this movie. This is making me so happy.
They were gonna get. His plan was just to get out at some random block, and it's like if you were her, you'd be like, "Good, get out of here," and then I'll go
fuck
call
out.
the
Cops.
police.
yeah, she keeps herself in the situation longer and endangers the family, including
Everybody.
Riley.
Yeah.
And then like, what's the end goal for her? Like to
Live
keep
stream.
him on the hook until she can get on her live stream and tell her fans to catch. Oh my god!
Wait.
Trying to
wait,
catch
we
the
can't-
Bay Harbor Butcher.
Okay. So they go to the house, and the mom's like, "Our carpets aren't clean." She's like, "Please, can I have this pop star come over to the house?" Which like would also never,
To
ever,
my
ever.
house with like wooden floors throughout most of it.
And nobody on her team is wondering where the hell she went. Like high security, scary trap. Nobody's wondering how she just like disappears for 2 hours to go to a family's house and eat snacks.
Just imagine Taylor Swift doing the same thing.
Yeah,
like, it
exactly.
would never, ever happen. I think she could set
Yeah.
that up, but there would be security guards and stuff there, and it would be like a pre-approved process. But for her to just, I'm at a concert and I'm leaving with this strange man in my limo,
And they'd all be like, "Where's Taylor? I can't find Taylor.
Yeah.
I'm looking for her."
And then she starts to lay out, like, figuring things out. And the way that she somehow knows that something's weird is, well, he bought tickets to my concert, which was weird because most of my fans are teenage girls. Who buys the tickets for the teenage girls? Do not their parents buy the tickets? So why would it be weird for a middle-aged man to buy tickets to a concert? It wouldn't. But that was one of their major, like, gotcha. This is how we started to figure it out. The teenage girls are not buying the concert tickets. A 12-year-old's not going to buy her
Well,
own
I
ticket.
think it was showing that they
Who
knew
the
he
hell's
had
in
a
your corner,
daughter
Al?
or family.
Poopy Jane.
is that Jane?
Yeah.
But yeah, doesn't Taylor Swift get like rolled out on
In
a
a suitcase.
movable porta potty or something?
She fucking.
They
she
put her in
gets
like
in
a food cart.
suitcase.
yeah.
There's photos of her security guards, a car pulling up, them pulling out a giant suitcase and pushing it into a hotel.
Uh-oh.
Am I
Beep, bop,
glitching?
bop, bop, bop.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Hi,
Are we gonna lose him?
Am I here?
I am Justin Tron.
I'm good now?
No.
There's videos of Taylor Swift, her security rolling out a giant suitcase into a hotel and then coming back out before a concert and going back into the limo. There's 100% guaranteed Taylor Swift is in a suitcase.
Yeah, she like hangs out in like a little closet with mops, and they like roll it around.
Yeah, they roll her out in a laundry basket.
Just imagine her.
It's like when
curl
yeah,
up in
we-
a suitcase.
well, no, the suitcase is comically large.
Taylor Swift fans at the Eras Tour concert went crazy after security brought in this cleaning cart through the concert.
When you guys got kicked out of Gordman's for rolling around in a suitcase.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the workers come up
tight.
to us and they're like, "We are calling the cops on your other parties." And me and Mom were like, "What are you talking about?" And he was like, "Yeah, they've been kicked out. Security's been called. They're not welcome back here." And we're like, "You had the wrong people. They're not with us." And he goes, "Big keyboard tattoo on his arm." And we're like, "Yep." We go,
Well, I mean,
"What did
they were
do?"
giant.
We're like, "What did they do?" And he was like, "They got in a suitcase and they wouldn't get out." We're like, "Okay."
Well, it was
Yeah, they
awkward
did
because he's
not
standing there
like-
yelling at Harry, and I had to like unzip myself and pop up. Out of the suitcase.
Yeah, they were very anti get inside the suitcase. Like they were like
then
we
me
weren't
and Mom
even like
asked-
causing like a big ruckus. Like Chad
No,
just
I
crawled
mean,
into the
the things
suitcase as like a wow, this is a big suitcase. He gets
Let's see if I
inside
can
of
fit
it.
in it.
Yeah. Me and Mom go, what were you guys
Security
doing?
came
And Chad
down
was
harder
like,
than Josh
I
Hartnett.
had to see what would fit in it.
Yeah, it's. I mean, we see all these things on TikTok and YouTube now, and how like actually shitty kids are at like Walmart or Kohl's
Yeah.
or whatever. We were just
Trying to fit in a suitcase.
Yeah,
It's
just
harmless.
checking out the dimensions. From
That
the
is
inside.
harmless.
But
Chad-
why? What was the plan?
There was no plan. It was just a big suitcase.
Was
It
Harry
Yeah, it was just like,
dragging it
can
around?
Chad fit in it? No. Chad just gets inside of it, and then the guy shows up and starts yelling at me. So Chad emerges. Hey, what's going on?
Yeah,
It's awesome.
and then we were banished forever.
Yeah, me and Mom were
Well-
pissed because we still had shopping to do.
Joke's on them. They went out of business.
Yep.
Should
We
have
only would have sold that
people try out the
suitcase.
suitcases.
That's the butterfly effect in action.
So
They,
true.
Yeah.
they kicked you out of the suitcase and banned you from the stores. And
Our
it was
suitcase sales have been down for a year.
domino effect. It just all downhill from there. Now Gordman's no longer exists. You can still see where the fucking sign was.
R.I.P.
It's like a peak. It's like a Pizza Hut building. Like you always know. It's a
You
Pizza
know
Hut.
it's Pizza Hut.
You
You
know
know
it's
it's
a Gordman's.
Gordman's. It's got the arch.
Yep.
You know what's crazy is I didn't know that Gordman's was just a local thing, like a regional. It wasn't very big.
Mm-hmm.
So like if you're listening in California right now, you have no idea what the fuck a Gordman's is.
Sometimes you can tell old blockbusters too.
What's up, California? So, okay, so we're
Speaking
at the
of
house.
Blockbuster, this film was a blockbuster.
Speaking of Blockbuster, we get another song.
Yeah, they
I wish
had
they
to
would have
squeeze in
recorded that
one
of
more.
her actually playing it instead of like a pre-recorded thing.
Yeah,
They're
the
like,
ADR
alright.
was terrible. Like that was, I think the piano scene was when like I finally was just like, this is a very bad movie.
It took you that long?
It took me that long
See?
to say it was very bad because like it wasn't a style at that point. It's just poor filmmaking with how the song was pre-recorded and then they're showing her play it in the house. It was so amateur how it was executed that I'm like, there's no way M Night Shyamalan had this like intentional style to it that was supposed to be off-putting and awkward and purposefully poorly written.
And
It
then
was
16
just
more plot
poorly
points
made.
of like how did this so conveniently happen? Like the little girl sets her phone down right by the pop star and the pop star knows to grab that. She's like, okay. she has to be really good at chess because she was seeing steps ahead the entire time. She's like, okay, I'm going to steal the girl's phone so then I can later take the dad's phone. So she
and
takes
then run
the
into
little
the
girl's
bathroom.
phone. We can take a selfie with your, like, first of all, how did she know the little girl would be like, well, let's take a picture. Where's my phone? And then she's conveniently like, we can use your dad's phone. Snatch. And then take a selfie, run into the bathroom. So theoretically,
Guys,
she's
I
got
gotta
3
shit.
phones in the bathroom. She's got her phone, Riley's phone, and the dad's phone, all in the bathroom. And for some reason, instead of calling the police immediately with one of these 3 phones, she gets on a FaceTime with Spencer trapped in the basement boy and is like, tell me everything that you remember. I should be the one to gather this information instead of authorities. All right, followers, I need you to act so fast. There's a blue door. There's a gargoyle statue. It's broken. Come on, live streamers. And then by the time the dad gets to her, minutes later, the guy is gone. The followers have already... She goes, get your family and other adults and go to that house.
I love
Yeah.
Why
vigilantes.
is a follower and other random adults and their family the ones that should go to the house to save that guy?
Oh yeah, by the way,
been
it's booby
booby
traps. Careful.
While there's an entire sting set up to catch this guy that the cops are already aware of. And you know she has contact information to the cops and security. So why not just be like, hey, here, we got him. Go to this
He's
house
this blue door.
before this guy dies.
Yeah.
Also,
I like how you just call her the pop star.
there's always this like, there's always the threat of him like, because he's like, I can just push this button and he'll die. So that's always supposedly there, but she's taking all these risks and doing all these things.
Yeah, she starts to like blow up his spot, and he's like, if you tell anyone, I'm gonna kill this guy. And he has his phone, and she's like,
The whole
have you guys heard
time.
of the butcher? And it's like starts to like reveal and start to imply that he's the butcher.
Where it could have ended is he was like, all I have to do is press this button. Then he puts his phone in his pocket as they're going through the hallway of the concert venue, and she could have just yelled out to any of those police members because the phone was in his pocket. He wasn't going to be able to touch the button then and there.
Yeah.
And like
things.
she's sending her followers there. Imagine if like a group of kids went to go save this guy, and then he clicks the button, and they all fucking die. she's responsible for like 20 kids dying.
He reveals like that he's missing, but it's just a reveal of a bunch of dead bodies in there now.
Or how about she has her phone? How about as soon as she hears or knows his address, just like text it?
Yeah, something other than what she did.
She finally reveals it. She goes, "Explain this," and there's a bunch of dead kids.
Also, shout out to her followers being not toxic at all and having like, I was waiting for some of those to come up, just be like awful internet posts that you see, like
Always making it about
take
herself.
your shirt off.
Yeah. The mods,
yeah.
You
the
were
mods were
thinking.
working really hard in the comments on that day.
Yeah, saves the world with her live stream.
And then she puts the whole family in danger by yelling, "I'm locked safely in the bathroom, but by the way, your husband is the butcher. Good luck."
Have fun out there. And
I'll
you
be
hear like
in
a bunch
here.
of rummaging and shit, and she's like, "Oh man, they're all getting murdered."
Took all your phones so you can't call the cops, but your husband's the butcher.
That would have been a good M Night Shyamalan twist if, while she's locked in there, he just starts massacring the family and she has to listen to it.
Cliffhanger.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, we lost you.
I don't know what's going on with my internet.
It's bad.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can
Yeah.
hear you. It's just cutting you out at really great times. It's like your
For
internet
half a
knows.
second, I thought it was going to be like, oh, the whole family's in on it. Was the
No,
twist.
the twist would have been cool if she would have locked herself in the bathroom, and then she's like, "He's the butcher," and then he just starts massacring the family while she's in there listening to it. And like,
Yeah, and
she's
it
conflicted
could've-
because it's I either get out and get killed, or this guy kills the whole family while she's like trying to get a hold of the police.
And it could have gone somewhere like that because she comes out and it's just him there, and she's like, "What did you do with your family?" And then he takes her in the car, and all of a sudden she knows how to mommy profile. Like she knows how to FBI psychological tactics. And she's like, "You be a good little boy, butcher. You're not a monster all the way." Like all of a sudden she just knows exactly how to trigger him psychologically to where he'll give up the goat.
And he escapes a lot still. Knocks out a guard, puts on a uniform.
I hated this movie. And you know what? I kind of hate you for making me watch it again, Al.
Oh, and then he says, then she's like, he realizes that the family escapes out the window, and he's like, "I never thought of the house in that light before. I was very good at keeping my lives separate." And then 2 seconds later, he escapes through a tunnel that leads into his neighbor's yard. How did you never thought of your house that way, but you have a secret tunnel that escapes?
Oh, I guess I could have escaped out the window instead of through this hole I dug to the neighbor's house.
And then the escapes just keep getting more and more
All
unbelievable.
logic goes out the window. Like he tunnels across like a mole to the neighbor's house and takes out a guard
Becomes
and takes
a
his
limo
clothes,
driver.
and then she's once again left alone in a limo with no security, and he's able to drive off with her again.
And he's like, I actually got the urge to kill you when I was watching you at the concert. So now my whole purpose in this whole thing changed because when I was watching you at the concert, I felt like killing you. So he handcuffs her ass in the back of the limo. Then he escapes that by somehow in that huge crowd setting up a helmet and some gear, hightails it out of there, and then goes to surprise the wife, where they info dump the whole twist. Everything is just explained over a damn piece of pie.
Which, the pie scene, I wrote here, pie eating scene was insane.
He's bit his fork so much.
Well, the wife, when she's eating it, like, the framing of it is so, like, it looks like a puppet. Like, I've never seen a shot framed so literally to show you that she's eating pie. It looked like a student film. Like, I find a clip and put it on here.
This won't delay it much, I'm afraid.
Because it looks like there's a puppet feeding pie to herself while it's showing Josh Hartnett's character.
And in what universe would he be trying to escape and escape and escape and then sit down for a piece of pie just because she said so? And he takes his shirt off.
God.
It just,
Thank God all these like poisons and shit in movies have no flavor. Because he fucking... Have you ever had like one of those pills like that have like the casing pop open, like, and you can taste all like the shit in your mouth? That shit is so bitter. And he eats a whole pie covered in it.
he's damn near ate the fork too.
Well, sometimes the medicine is the flavor is so strong that you can taste it through the pill.
Okay, and then they come in, tase him, and they're taking him away. This guy
like
who has
30
escaped
times.
Yes, but also this guy who has escaped so many times has gotten out of their grasp, is clearly dangerous. And then he goes, "Can I have a minute?" And they all just let go of him so that he can set the bike up.
I've seen better acting in To Catch a Predator. It reminds me of that little skit from... Had you ever see that To Catch a Predator skit where the guy comes in and Chris Hansen comes out and he runs out of the house and he's like running through all these yards and cops are diving and he's like doing flips over obstacles and everything and all these cops are missing him and he runs down the street and then it says Nike, just do it. It's like a shoe ad.
It's pretty funny. So what was the twist that the wife kind of knew about it?
The wife tipped off the police because she... Okay, and this is another problem. So he goes, let me take a stab at how this all played out. Let me guess. I went to one of my secret houses. You followed me there. You saw me go in. And she's like, let me take it from here. I went back. I broke into that house. I found the receipt for the tickets. And I thought, he goes, you thought I was cheating on you? And she was like, yeah, at first. And then he was like, well, but that didn't make sense. Now, did it? And she was like, no. So I thought maybe you were the serial killer. So I told the police about your concert tickets. In what freaking universe would you have a hunch that your husband was a serial killer so prolific he was named the Butcher and you're just going to send him off skipping to a concert with your child?
Wait, so she found the receipt in one of his little... hidey holes? Mm-hmm. Why didn't she just have the police go check out the hidey hole?
Exactly.
Great question.
Ask M Night Shyamalan.
Why set this whole trap if she's the one that's like, hey, I think my husband... Or did she do it anonymously?
She did it anonymously because she wanted to be wrong.
I know. I thought what happened was she took the receipt and she placed it in one of the hidey holes because they did find the hidey hole. Oh. And so she put the receipt there to like... So they would connect the dots that he was going to this concert and thought that he made a mistake by leaving that receipt there. And like it was
okay,
like,
but
what a risk.
It's a leap in logic
in one of his hidey holes. If she knew that was one of his hidey holes and then all of a sudden police are searching that hidey hole, doesn't that confirm it?
But still they had no idea who he was.
Yeah, they did, like she could have left like maybe his ID or something a little more descriptive of him, a family photo, something.
Yeah, this movie. Wow, I've seen it twice in like 3 months, and it's too much.
The plot holes are thick.
Seeing Trap once is too much. Seeing it twice is torture.
I definitely didn't finish it this time.
Oh, and you were giving me shit.
No, I said I didn't finish it either. They were giving you shit, and I was just agreeing with them.
I deserve an award for being on Dad's level of shit-faced drunk and still watching this movie.
Why do you need an award for that?
Because I could have easily just gone home and went to bed. But nope, I said I got a podcast in the morning. I need to be refreshed on this piece of shit movie.
Well,
Thank you for your commitment.
it wasn't any better being
No,
completely
Justin had to
sober
watch a
watching
movie.
it.
Yeah, if anything, it would be better to watch it drunk than
Yeah.
having to sit through it completely coherent.
Well, maybe you guys should try it.
Well,
Well, I think it goes without saying, but should we get everyone's final thoughts?
Well, I'll give you my final thought first.
We already know where Chad stands. He thinks it's great.
I think this movie,
Pretty much. I agree with you. That you talk a lot of shit, but you're not wrong.
Are we stamping it?
I think it was bad. I think it's a bad movie.
it's a bad movie. It's not total dog shit.
It was entertaining because it was
Mm-hmm.
so bizarre, but the things I was entertained by was not like purposeful by M Night Shyamalan. It was more of just like in awe by the direction of it
Allie,
and
we should quit
the
the
meandering
podcast.
plot.
I can't believe this. I cannot believe this. Like, if anything is going to get the stamp, I really, really, really thought it was going to be this movie. I cannot believe you guys are not giving it the stamp. I'm
it's not
stamping
good.
it. It's
I-
total,
It's total dog shit.
Name a movie with worse
total dog
plot
shit.
holes.
There's
This
a
movie
million.
is total dog shit.
It's total dog shit.
It's not total dog shit.
Name a movie with a worse
dog shit.
plot.
I thought Josh Hartnett did good.
Josh Hartnett
How- he's
has
so
because
fun.
because you enjoyed his acting a little bit, that redeems the entire movie.
I miss him from
I didn't say it redeemed it. I said it's a bad movie.
It's
But I can't say it's total.
Wha-
I think I just have higher standards for what total dog shit is.
This is total dog shit.
But if this
There's-
is
the
okay,
plot
if this
makes
is not total
no
dog
sense.
shit,
The
if this is
acting was trash. The dialogue was trash. The plot was trash.
Okay,
if this
but
is
we
not total dog shit. Nothing is.
No, when we went and saw the total eclipse of the sun, we had to go way out in the middle of nowhere because the difference that just a slight little thing makes, it's no longer total and it's not the same thing.
I think then we need to
out
change
of
the name of the
town.
podcast because
To just, it might
We're
be a
trying to
little bit
find,
of
like-
dog shit.
there's going to be 2 movies in existence that will meet Chad's criteria for total dog shit, and we need to loosen that term a little bit.
The fact that this doesn't meet it is insane. Because Chad liked Josh Hartnett's cheeseball smirks a couple of times, it's not total dog shit, is nutty.
It's
This
dog shit.
movie is bad. It's one of the worst movies I've ever seen that was trying to be a good movie. I'm not talking about like Velocipaster or, whatever else D-list movies on Netflix. This movie was trying to be good,
Do you have a donut? in
and
your
it was, yeah, it's like a little office thing. It's like little pins.
thumb? Oh,
Yeah, I think
like a fidget
Mom
spinner.
got
think
it
of
for
it
me.
this way. If I gave a movie a 10 out of 10, it wouldn't mean that it's a perfect movie. Like, it wouldn't mean that there's 0 flaws to it.
What does that
Like,
mean?
it
That
means
is the
it's,
definition of perfect. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, no notes.
I wouldn't consider a 10 out of 10 an absolute perfect movie. It would be
Why?
like, an amazing,
It doesn't get better
fantastic
than
movie.
that.
Lord of the Rings, I would say Fellowship of the Ring is a 10 out of 10. But there's some shit in there that I'm just like, ooh, this is a little awkward, or I don't really like
Dude, the extended one.
sliding down the nose of the elephant.
That's
there's stuff
that's
like
not
that
the
where it's just
Fellowship,
like,
asshole. That's Return of the
Movie's right,
King.
nerd.
but
Isn't that the one that was
would you say
nominated for an
that
Oscar?
because of that it's a 9 out of 10 because of the
Yeah.
elephant scene?
I'd say it's a fucking
wouldn't say
5 out
so.
of 10 because of that scene alone.
See? Look, if you guys want to stamp it total dog shit, go ahead.
It's stamped.
We're putting an asterisk next to the other asterisk.
I think it's a majority rule thing.
Yeah, total dog shit.
What, Harry? What's your vote though?
It's total dog shit. Like, we can't be so precious with the term total dog shit.
Yeah, we've been
the
a
whole
little
podcast
precious.
is called Total Dog Shit, and I think it's time we bust out the stamp and we
Let's be real.
Justin,
Total
get
dog
that
shit, this
animation
one.
for us. Hurry.
Let's be
Stamp
real.
it.
Chad said The Last of Us is not total dog shit.
Yeah.
I think The Last of Us had a couple of redeeming qualities. It was not great, but
Now
it wasn't this.
Now that I have post Last of Us clarity, it's so much worse thinking about it.
Well, all right, go ahead and stamp it then.
We will proudly stamp total dog shit. It's official. We have our first total dog shit. This movie sucked ass.
I'm so happy.
Good job, Al.
This is exactly what I wanted. This makes me so happy.
This movie is so bad.
I saw this movie before I ever knew we were going to have a podcast, and I was ranting, and not that many people had seen
Allie was
it, so I
texting
had
me about
nobody
it.
to talk to. It's like, this is the worst movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
We lost Justin again.
It's. I was gonna wait to see if Justin came back, but
no, he's gone.
Yeah, it's not the worst movie in the world. It's not like there's some redeeming qualities out of just the entertainment value of watching Josh Hartnett ham it up.
My internet must have gone out.
Everything else is just not. It's not well written. It's not well shot, and the ADR is terrible. And we basically it was a ploy to get M Night Shyamalan's daughter in the limelight and like show off her music. Like, I don't think this movie as a story was something that he really cared to tell. He just wanted some sort of device to show off his daughter's music, which is fine, but it made for a bad movie. And I think it deserves to not get credit for Josh Hartnett knowing his role in it. I think the movie itself is a bad film. So because of that, bad film to me in the context of this podcast equals total dog shit. Doesn't mean it's the worst movie in the world, but as far as what I consider total dog shit, this one takes the cake.
Yes.
And hands it to the daughter. Oh, and then it's pie and it's poisoned.
Surprise. It's poison pie.
Poison cake.
Dumb.
I'm so happy. I've been wanting this for so long. Well, feel free to disagree in the comments, but I will battle you to the death.
I don't think anyone's going to care.
Chad, we just gotta fake it till we make it. And someday we're gonna have commenters lining up to give us their opinions, and it won't be just Brittany. And even though I love just Brittany, but someday it's gonna be more than just Brittany, and we're gonna need moderators in the chat, and we're gonna be like, all right, guys, let's keep it civil. But this movie was dog shit. And people are going to be like just waiting to leave us their comments. So you're going to shoot me down every time I try to talk to our future subscribers. I'm talking to the turd bowl right now.
Who's in the turd bowl? It's Brittany, Cody,
my friend Alana, my friend Sierra, my friend Lacey,
and Contro.
Sometimes Mom.
Nikki and Chris.
Are they still in the turd bowl?
Yeah. Yep.
Oh. On that note, everybody, don't forget to wipe and subscribe.
Oh yeah, wipe and subscribe.
Flush that like button, wipe and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.
All right.
Bye. All right. That was fun.
Well, see ya.
Sure was. Right. Bye, everybody.
Love you.
Love you.
Love you.
Boner.
Echoing. Everyone's echoing.
Mic check. Boner.
What's that face, Chad?
You're up.
Let's hear what you got.
It already seeped out before we started.
I shit.
I don't think so.
Spoiler alert.
Who the f- is Allie?